This is part 2 of why I think Sam Reid's performance as the Vampire Lestat is perfection. In this video, I would talk about my favorite Sam Reid scenes that I think better illustrate his acting talent. I would focus on episodes 2, 3, and 4. Let's begin. Episode 2. After the Phantoms of Your Former Self. The birth of Louis. The scene when Lestat first sees Louis' transformation into a vampire, you see pride and madness in Lestat's eyes. Sam Reid's choices here are wonderful. It reminds me a bit of that Frankenstein moment when the doctor shouts, "He is alive." The next one is, "You can be on top" scene. Sam Reid acting in this scene is of someone who is completely comfortable in his own skin. And knowing how introvert Sam Reid is, it makes this kind of scenes even more amazing to watch. He is confident and sexy at the same time. I just love the way Lestat can't wait to be next to Louis, even if he is all burnt out and covered with milk. He just wants to be with his soulmate. The car scene. When Lestat is checking out the sex worker, Sam Reid managed to make it so charming. It's a little scene but is a delight to see. We see a little glimpse of Lestat liking variety. Another thing that I like about this scene is Sam Reid's beautiful voice. Is just so smooth in here, and combined with his French accent, is a complete joy to watch. I have to say one of the many reasons I think Sam is such a brilliant actor is the fact he can do wonders in seconds. Is one of the true marks for me to see how skillful an actor is. Take this scene for example. Lestat and Florence encounter last a few seconds, but Sam managed to be sarcastic and captivating at the same time. Lestat can't turn off the charm, even if people has been rude to him, is a true superpower of his. I'm sorry, Florence, but I don't agree that Lestat was overdressed. He was perfectly dressed for the occasion and looking gorgeous. The next scene that leave a mark on me is when Lestat is trying to comfort Louis. Sam Reid looks so handsome and elegant in here. The moment Louis said to Lestat, he is never going to have a family of his own, you can see the heartbreak in Lestat's face, thanks to the flawless performance of Sam Reid when he delivered the line, "I'm your family, Louis," is just so heartbreaking. The opera scene. When Lestat confessed to Louis his bigger fear is loneliness. For me, this moment was Lestat being his most vulnerable, showing Louis how much Lestat loved and trusted him. We can also see in this scene the love and passion Lestat has for music. This is done beautifully by Sam Reid. The "embrace what you are" scene. The moment when Lestat is already bleeding the opera singer, Sam Reid's performance here is hypnotizing. The way he is looking at Louis, trying to convincing him to see death in all of his beauty. The way he sells it, you understand why Louis is seduced. When Louis is about to sit and join Lestat to drink from the opera singer, the way Lestat is looking at Louis here with an almost childlike innocence is a sight to behold. It worked beautifully and was done gracefully by Sam Reid. Episode 3. Is my very nature that of the devil? When Lestat and Louis are at the Azalea Hall, Lestat is upset because Louis refused to feed from humans. Lestat, being the theater kid that he is, can't help himself. So he starts shouting at the artist on stage. He gets challenged by the artist, so Lestat comes to the stage and start playing the piano. In this moment, we see Lestat glancing at Louis. Is a little moment, but is so intimate. Is very telling of their connection. You can see the command and stage presence Sam Reid has. This feels like a little warm-up until we get rock star Lestat. I have to mention this little scene that is done expertly by Sam Reid. The way Lestat is embracing Antoinette to provoke Louis is so wickedly sexy. The way Lestat goes about it is so blatantly obvious and playful that we can't help but love him. Next we have the of course scene that backfires terribly to our naive Lestat. Basically what Lestat wanted was an open relationship with Louis, but this arrangement was meant just for him. So when Louis tells Lestat the unexpected response, "So I can fuck whoever I want," Lestat responds with the hilarious, of course," while shaking his head no, and then again telling him, "Of course, as long as you come home to me, of course." This is brilliantly acted by Sam Reid. I heard you heart's dancing scene. Something that stand out in this scene is the high level of energy Lestat has. We once again have the theater kid Lestat in full mode. Inviting tons of soldiers to the house just to make a point to Louis, Sam Reid once again excels himself at this, singing at the piano with the soldiers around him. You can see he is mad and is the way Lestat is dealing with his jealousy. When Louis arrives at this scene, he is clearly upset and asks Lestat to get rid of the soldiers. Lestat makes them go away. When they are finally alone, Louis finds out Lestat was watching him making out with his friend Noah. Louis is angry on Lestat for watching him like a creeper. He tells Louis he doesn't like sharing him, then Louis asks him what about him and Antoinette. Lestat tells him is different because he doesn't have feelings for her. Then Lestat snaps and gives us this amazing line, "I heard your heart's dancing." It was expertly done by Sam Reid. He doesn't care how he looks. It is a raw and heartbreaking performance done wonderfully by Sam Reid. That's why you're always gonna be alone scene. Louis makes the mistake of doing a theatrical murder with the Alderman Fenwick's body, which Louis left it exposed in the gates of the city for all to see with a sign that read, "Whites only." It was meant to make a lot of people very angry. Louis is upset due to how the situation went out of control. Louis tells Lestat that it wasn't a selfish act, that he did it for his people and the city. Lestat basically tells Louis that all of that is a lie. Louis gets very angry at Lestat, and in his way out, he tells Lestat the one thing that he knows Lestat fear the most, which is being alone. When Louis delivers the line, "That's why you always gonna be alone," Sam Reid managed to break our hearts with just one look of his eyes. His facial expression in this moment is beyond moving. We can see Louis' words hurt him like a sharp knife, stabbing Lestat in the heart. Sam Reid's masterful performance moved me to tears. Episode 4. The ruthless pursuit of blood with all a child's demanding. Claudia's birth. The scene when Louis comes back with Claudia after just leaving Lestat. Louis is begging Lestat to turn Claudia into a vampire to save her life. When we see Lestat's face, we understand how desperate he is for love. We understand that this is Lestat's opportunity at having a family and avoid his biggest fear, loneliness. We see all this reflected on Lestat's face, thanks to the talented Sam Reid. Lover's Lane scene. When Lestat is teaching Claudia how to hunt, Lestat looks absolutely breathtaking in this scene. His velvet voice is so captivating. Just pure smoothness courtesy of Sam Reid. The next scene when the woman is running scared from Claudia's attack, she runs into Lestat's arms. Asking for help, she finds death instead. If you ask me, there are worse ways to go. Sam Reid acting here is so sexy. After he is finished biting the woman, Sam's expression is of complete pleasure. Is an exquisite moment thanks to the skillful acting of Sam Reid. That's it for now. Thank you for watching.